Ben here, so he's going to be preferring practical solutions to your car troubles. So, Dr. Ben, good morning, sir.
Thank you very much, Ronke, and our listeners all across the globe. Welcome to Automedics, and it's also my pleasure to have a colleague in the studio today, and we'll be discussing about their product, because Automedics is actually in partnership with them right now in terms of repairs. I'll be asking him some critical questions. I know a lot of people out there too will be interested in asking him questions. What are they doing right now? Their presence and dominance in the market, and just questions about their product generally, what they're doing. So we'll be discussing that. And meanwhile, don't also forget that if you have fleet of vehicles that you want to maintain, Automedics also can help you in doing that professionally.
Okay.
And the number you will call to get in touch with the fleet department is 080 60 89 5618. 080 60 89 5618. And when you call that number, it doesn't have to do with question about your vehicle. It's about fleet maintenance. If you want any question, if you have any question that has to do with technical issues, you want a solution to your automobile related problem, you can call our IVR number, which is 01-440-6666. And you can also download the Automedics app from Google Play Store. That will help you in locating our presence wherever we are in Nigeria, and all other services that we render. So that is that for now, until we start dishing questions and all that. Well, I think let me open the salvo. Back in the days, Peugeot vehicles were dominant in our landscape, and I quite enjoyed a few of them.
I know of the 404.
If you know the 404, then you are
Yes, I'm old school. I know of the 404 because I can still remember. I can still picture it. The way that car looks, because I used to hear then it was one of the very latest cars in some years back. Back then 504, 404, and so.
My favorite model back then was the 504 GL.
Wow.
Dr. Ben is old school too. You're an older school.
But the 404 is older than the 504.
You used the 504. I only heard about it. Yeah.
So Ronke just heard about the 504.
Yeah.
She didn't use it.
No.
I'm sure you also heard about the 505 revolution.
I drove the 504.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what really happened? The glorious days of the Peugeot 504. I knew they were being assembled at Kakuri, Kaduna.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then the 505, then the 307, right?
Yeah.
You are here to actually indicate us on it. So, what is really happening, to PAN right now?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Mr. Ben and Ronke. It's a great privilege to be here today to really talk about vehicles as a whole, most especially Peugeot Automobile Nigeria Limited, which metamorphosed to PAN Nigeria Limited. We're presently multi-branded. We've diversified.
Okay.
It's not like it's no longer Peugeot. We are still Peugeot, but we've decided to also go into other brands like Haiger, which is a bus, and Cherry, which we are still on it, trying to ensure that we assemble such cars in Kaduna. Now, you talked about assembling these cars in Kakuri. Yeah. PAN had its factory and still has its factory in Kakuri Industrial Estate, PAN Drive in Kaduna. That is where the head office is. Okay. And there was a question he asked, what happened to PAN Nigeria Limited? Now, every company evolves, and one or two things may come up. Maybe privatization, which was the major thing that came up in 2006, 2007.
Okay.
And from there, everything was still growing, developing, and we came back fully on board. we were not out of the radar. When we came back fully on board in 2012, 2013, with the advent of newer vehicles based on the new trends we have. Now, the 504, 505s, the 404, like Ronke talked about.
Yes, model.
I had to stress the 404. That's our best. Was our best model then. We had the 404 pickups, which helped in a lot of agricultural products, carrying people here and there, conveyance and everything.
Now, that was the Highlander. That was
the Hilux of those days, So the pickups came on board, as in the 404 pickups, the 505 evolution. So we had to evolve from that level. In fact, I love the 505 evolution. It was one of the cars we used in those days in the 90s.
Yeah,
so we evolved from there. We now got into the 406. I'm sure many people were aware of the 406, which had the government patronage mostly, and a lot of people enjoyed that car because that car had something very special, which was the suspensions. And it's still synonymous with Peugeot vehicles. Our suspensions stand out. We'll get to that later. Then we now came to the 307. Evolution came up again, and now we are into the new brands. So Peugeot has grown through the leaps and bounds. Of course, we know that the economy and everything has been a factor, but Peugeot has grown through the leaps and bounds. I know most people will ask, why are so much presence? Well, yes, we are present. We are present in the north, south, east, and west part of this country, and we are still developing our marketing strategy. We are growing. We have our sales offices, rather our liaison offices in Lagos, Abuja, Enugu. We are still improving. We are increasing capacity, and we are also growing as much as we can in the industry. Most especially developing dealers, having dealers here and there, and also we came up with this structure, which is the IVRs. Independent vehicle repairers, of which we already have partnership now with Automedics, because we have realized that Automedics has a spread. So we have a partnership with them, and it's a long-lasting partnership. That is what I know. And we are planning to make it grow in that way, because we have seen what they do in terms of trainings, and we also have the training facility. So we can partner in this and ensure that people see how Peugeot grows in the country. So we are still growing, and we will still grow further.
All right. I think what we'll do is we'll throw the phone lines open as usual. People will be calling in, and they'll be asking some questions that that also relate with Peugeot. One thing that actually bugs me,
some questions here already.
Each time I think about the Nigerian car project, one of the things that actually comes to my mind then will be, the Peugeot 504 or the 505. What actually happened to the assembly lines? Because I know in the parent country, they no longer use those assembly lines. Wouldn't it have been easier for us to acquire that and then start on a platform like that?
For the 504, 505?
Yeah.
Well, we know very well that the 504, 505 then, it was, I don't want to use the word analog, because we've digitalized, But I still have a feeling that in the near future, we'll come back with something similar to that 504, 505, but in the modernized way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because some of the Japanese vehicles of old have been bought by the Chinese.
Yes.
And what they did was to, modernize it and also put some electronic controls and all that on it.
Some special features.
Yeah, so I'm looking at for a 505, for instance, the Evolution.
Yes.
Which was back then one of the luxurious sedans of those days.
It was.
If you add some of the electronic control systems and all that to it, it will still look classic and, evergreen. But that is
I think
we should start taking the calls because the phone line is...
Let's take the calls.
Let's start with the calls. Hello, good morning.
Morning, my name is Victor.
Okay, good morning. You're welcome to Automedics.
I'm using Sienna 2006.
Okay.
I have the transition oil. I don't know which one. I saw on the checking stick to check the oil and it's there. So I saw C4. So I don't know the oil or C4.
Well, Toyota, if you see T4 there, so the recommendation or the specification...
Sienna.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. If you pull the dipstick and then you see T4 there, there's a transmission fluid made by for Toyota that is called Toyota T4. So that is what you should go for. If you go to the market, you'll find it in the shelves.
If you have it in your own store.
Well, call the marketing number, that is 080 60 60,
Please, hold it again.
or if you can listen from the radio and take the number, all right? It will be easier.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And in case you want to buy any parts or product from Automedics, call 080 60 60 7494. That is 080 60 60 7494. All right.
Yes, as regards the oil spec is, I think.
The specification is actually written there. He saw it when he tried to get the transmission fluid, which is T4. That is what Toyota recommends for it.
All right. All right, let's take a question from our WhatsApp. This one says, I drive a Benz GLK 350. The gear was disengaging. The gear was changed. The electrician said it needs to program it, which it did, but the ABS light shows on my dashboard. We changed the ABS sensor and still the same. The error code is P0894 and 1425.
Well, 894, that is still a transmission related problem. I guess the transmission, either something went wrong with the programming procedure,
Okay.
or there's still a problem with the transmission. But for the ABS, I don't know why if it has an ABS related problem before the transmission was done, that problem will still stay there.
Okay.
So they still need to do a proper diagnosis of the problem, what is actually wrong with the ABS.
Okay.
And if they change the ABS too, then they need to code the ABS, because if you don't code the ABS, there's no way the light is going to go off, because the onboard system will not recognize the new model that has been introduced.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. The program is still Automedics. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. I think we should just let you go, because it seems to still be very busy. Okay, let's take another question from a WhatsApp still. This one says, I've been an ardent follower of Traffic Radio. Thank God I got your contact. Okay, my car Toyota Corolla 2006 gave P2716. I took it to the technician. He checked for wiring and cleared the code, but it's still persistent. Kindly advise on what to do. When driving, sometimes I feel slight jerking.
Okay, the code again,
P2716.
P2716, that is still the transmission related fault, but let me check it out.
Okay.
But while I'm doing that, you can also...
I think I should just take a call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, my name is Dave. I'm calling from Surulere, President.
Okay.
Okay. I drive a Toyota Corolla 2007, and I want to make inquiry or kind of confirm something from you, because I've listened to this program a very, very long time, and I've learned a lot.
Okay.
So now the AC most like just started yesterday. At times it will speak, it will work normal. Later on, maybe if I park and start again, because I use it for this Uber stuff, and if I start, it will not speak at all. After on and off, maybe for like some minutes, it will speak again. Now I went to the technician to go and make the complaint, and they said that okay, they are going to buy a thermostat, connect to it, and they showed me one wire that they will cut, join two other wires, and like that. Just the thermostat stuff. So what I've learned from this program that it's not ideal, it's not good. So I want to get a confirmation how that will be.
Okay, I think the issue here is this. The kind of compressor you have on that vehicle is what we refer to as a variable displacement compressor. Now, it's a compressor that is electronically controlled. It has a solenoid, and it also has a control module, which we call the amplifier. Now, it is also easy for you to run diagnosis on the AC system and find out exactly what is going wrong. It might give a fault code that relates to maybe the temperature sensor, that is the evaporator temperature sensor, cabin temperature sensor, or ambient temperature sensor. If it picks any of those, it can actually affect the way the AC operates or cools. Now, cutting all the wire and doing that contraption, they are trying to bypass the original system, you know, and also integrate a mechanical thermostat that controls the compressor. That is what they want to do on it. But the best thing to do is to run diagnosis on the the AC system, find out exactly what the problems are, and then if you fix it, you have your AC back on again. The thing is, if they go ahead and do what they want to do, the engine control model, which is the engine management system, will not be aware of the load that the AC is going to impose on the engine. And then you have a situation like when the AC comes on, the engine bogs down. And then at some point you begin to feel that the vehicle consumes more petrol than usual because the AC function is not being managed by the engine computer anymore.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, you're still on to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, and the program is Automedics. We have Dr. Ben in the studio and Akam Eperikwe, the Regional Technical Support Officer Southwest for Pojo Automobile Nigeria Limited. So you can throw your questions, at them. So if you want to ask any question as regards Pojo, you can direct your question to Akam.
Questions about
throw questions.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm saying this is very simple because if you find out there, you have a...
Pick the caller.
Hello, all right.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Traffic Radio.
Good morning, yeah. You are welcome to Automedics.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I know the program is Automedics. I just want to find out about my infection. Sorry, I'm not talking about Automedics. I'm sorry.
You want to find out about what?
Direction, movement on the road. I'm leaving from Ojodu to Lekki. I understand travel language is logged.
Okay.
So I'm thinking which is the best route.
Well, where are you going exactly?
I'm leaving Ojodu Bega now. I'm just on the express.
Okay, well...
Bega express. I'm going to Lekki phase 1.
Okay, well, I think you have to just go through Ikorodu Road. You connect to Joele Balaka and Iponri, and connect Eco Bridge all the way to Apombo, and continue your journey from there. I think that's the best advice now.
Okay. Thank you so much. At the moment, how is that access?
Well, I've not gotten any update at the moment, but just keep listening. I'm going to confirm from control room to see if there's any respite on that stretch.
Please do. I'll be listening for the radio.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Still Automedics. Let's take another question. Okay.
Yeah, let me answer the guy who had the code for the transmission. That is the P2716. It's talking about the pressure control solenoid, electrical. And what this actually means is that the electrical system has an issue. That is the control for the shift solenoid. Now they change another transmission, the same problem, which means the problem is not actually the transmission that has a problem. So where they should be looking at is the connector that comes from the transmission through the connector from the transmission to the harness and then to the control module. There could be an open circuit somewhere, most especially on the shift solenoid area that is causing the problem. So it's basically a wiring problem that they need to correct on this.
Okay. Yeah, someone is asking a question. I'm throwing it to Akam Peripe now.
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing Pan Manager. I've used Pojo 505 Evolution some years back. Is it still available? Because I enjoyed it. Yes, I think that's what Dr. Ben was talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. 505 Evolution has been phased out for years now. I think the last time that car was on board was in the 90s.
Okay.
We have evolved, and presently we are talking about Peugeot 301, Peugeot 508, Peugeot 3008, the pickup, the KP0 pickup, Peugeot pickup. And you could have a look at these cars. We are at our showroom at Lot A, Obafemi Awolowo Oluwalobon House. You will have this. You will see these cars there. They have all the features that you like. Yeah, the 505 Evolution, sincerely, it was one of the best from Peugeot.
Okay.
Yeah, I will tell you the truth, it was one of the best. But with the evolution of things, you could see cars that are also like that too.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Not quite long ago, someone actually requested of me if he could get a 404 Salon, which I did get anyway.
Wow, really?
But the price, of course, is classic.
It's a classic car. In fact, it's before some few months back, someone said he was looking for pickups and old pickups. I was like, okay, let's see if we can get this. I had to make some contacts and we found out there were actually some. But the truth about most of them are actually old and rusted, and they were planning to, they were going to restore the cars back and use them.
Right.
So people still like those cars in some village areas.
Of course, they do.
They do.
And the cars are really rugged.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
But we are still rugged.
Yeah, you're still rugged.
I can attest to that. We are still rugged.
All right, the program is Automedics on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Please, last mile control room, let me know. Kindly update me. For those on the stretch of Third Mainland, let's know how the road is now on the stretch of Third Mainland, especially those coming from Baja, Otedola, and the like. So please let me know. Is traffic still very heavy on that stretch? Because this person said he's been listening, or someone told him that the traffic on that on Third Mainland is busy. So please let me know. Do we have some bit of respite there now, or is still high as he said? And I will appreciate if you can do that. Okay, yes, I have this. Okay, the man is saying, so what about Peugeot 607?
607. That is also a classic now.
Yeah, 607 is not available, but we still have maintenance of it.
Okay.
Yeah, we still have them in our various dealers and independent repairers.
Okay.
You can always go there to maintain them. But they are not new vehicles. Now, let me educate something you guys on Peugeot. What we do is, most times people will ask, why is there no 504? Why is there no 607? There's actually a life cycle for these cars.
Yeah.
If you notice, what Peugeot does is, they don't come up with year 2020 model. They will have a particular model that will stay a particular period of time, maybe for 4 or 5 years, and will not evolve to another model. Yeah. And the other model will now be, in quote, phased out. That doesn't mean that it's thrown away, but it's still, the operations and the maintenance of the car still remain there. Only based on maybe aesthetics things have changed in the newer models, and try to make it more economical for people to use. Of course, we pride ourselves in having fuel efficiency at the moment, because in the not so distant past, people were saying that our cars consume fuel. But as I can speak to you now, we can pride ourselves with that we don't have cars that consume fuel
anymore.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this person is telling me now that the stretch of Third Mainland, he said, is free from Iyano. Yes, for that caller that said it's coming from Ojodu Berja. Well, I don't know how true that is, but I will also want control room to help out with this, if that stretch is free at the moment from Iyanoworo, so that we can advise motorists who are applying that route. Please, control room, I need you to attend to this, and I will appreciate that. Okay, let's continue. Still Automedics, and Dr. Ben is here, and he's going to be preferring practical solutions. Okay, let me take this one. Oh, it's a bit lengthy, but I just have to say that I just overhauled the engine. It's a Nissan 1.6 1996 model. When we first start the engine, the fan blade works normally by going off. When the engine cools down and peaks again, and but when I added radiator coolant, different from the brand that I was using earlier, before the overchange, the fan doesn't stop again, only that it waits till the engine is hot, after which it will go off. The indicator does show rise beyond normal.
Well, I'm trying to understand what he's trying to paint
exactly
here. Well, if he's saying that the engine was overhauled in 1996,
yeah,
Nissan,
yeah,
Sunny, okay. And then the operation of the fan is actually using an electric fan.
Okay.
So when you first start the vehicle, when the engine is cold, the fan shouldn't come on.
Okay.
That is the way it should be.
Yeah.
When the engine picks up temperature, for that model, maybe around 90 to 95 degrees, the fan will pick up and then will blow and then go off. and that is how the cycle continues. So
Yeah.
I don't really understand what he's complaining about now. If the fan still goes off and on,
Okay.
or it doesn't go off and on, what is he actually complaining? And he's saying that the temperature is rising above the normal
Yes.
point,
I think that's the major point.
which means the engine is overheating. Now, one thing should be clear. If the temperature is going above the mid-mark, then that means the engine is building too much temperature.
Okay.
But if it stays, at the mid-mark, then go slightly above it and then come back to the mid-mark, then there's nothing wrong with it. So we need to know exactly what the complaint is. Is it that the temperature, the thermometer is going very high, and then the fan is staying longer, or what is actually happening to the operation of the fan?
Okay, all right. I got this now. It said we have a loader tipper which broke down at Goyi Junction, very close to Wema Bank in Wazi and Okwaja. We're expecting LRU for its evacuation, and this might affect traffic during closing hours. Okay, all right. Yeah, that is it for those on the stretch of Iyano Ikwaja. Coming from Goyi all the way to Yanokwaja, you need to put this at the back of your mind as you journey. Okay, control room, I'm still expecting report from you, so I can advise motorists, especially those flying the stretch of the third mainland. Okay, this person says, what about Peugeot J5? These are your customers.
Wow.
Lovers of Peugeot.
Wow. Yeah, they are lovers of Peugeot.
Yeah.
The Peugeot J5 has been out of circulation for many years now. But we have the replacement for it. We have the Peugeot Partner,
Okay.
we have the Peugeot Expert, and we have the Peugeot Boxer.
Okay.
So you can go for them. They replaced those cars. Especially, that's the J5 especially.
All right, let's take a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am. I was the one who wrote about my Nissan 1.6
Okay.
1996 model.
All right.
What I said was that the meter on the dashboard is normal.
Okay.
The meter is normal.
Hello, when you say normal, where exactly is it? Is it at the middle mark or?
Well, it's not even up to. It's not up to middle.
Okay.
It's not up to middle.
Is
And that time, before,
Yeah.
it used to be off. Then when it rises a little bit, it should be on. But what I observed, sir, is that by the time they overhaul it and now change the coolant to another brand, that was when the fan was just running. It doesn't go off again, and the meter, it's still low, not that it's high.
Okay.
The
So
fan
which
is
means that
low.
it's running under temperature.
Yes, sir.
Well, have you actually checked if the technician have actually done anything around the coolant temperature sensor? Because if the fan is the coolant fluid has nothing to do to change the operation of the fan.
I see.
Yeah, except that the technician have actually walked around the coolant temperature sensor area. Either it is pulled off, because the moment you pull the wire off, the connector off, the default is to run the fan direct. So if a wire is broken from the coolant temperature sensor, the fan will run direct.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. But please, sir, is the coolant temperature something that you are talking? Is it the one that is close to manifold?
Exactly, it's on the elbow. It's on the coolant exit elbow, where the coolant goes back to the radiator. It's somewhere around there, either on the cylinder head, or naturally it should be on the cylinder head.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm so grateful, sir.
All right.
Well done, sir. We are learning a lot, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right, the program is still Automedics on Lagos Traffic Radio. Okay, we have a report from officials. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, this is what all happened with the
Okay.
Yeah, just to update that from $100,
Okay.
bagger going into Kala is good to go.
Okay, from Otedola, okay.
Coming back into Lagos from Kara now is a good one as well. Now, to Jodibega, generally, the length and breadth of the zone now is cool. There's no traffic everywhere. So that is the update. We don't have any record of the impediment for now. Thank you.
All right, but all the way to Third Mainland, what about that?
I can't speak for Third Mainland. I'm only talking about my houses.
Okay.
From Otedola to Kara.
Okay.
The journey from that Kara back to Otedola is looking good.
Okay.
So that's my houses. So I can only speak for that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Last Man Monitor Awotola. Okay, yes, it's telling us now that from Otedola all the way to Braja is good. From Kara all the way to Lagos, that's the inbound journey, is equally good. So it's relatively okay on that particular corridor. So you need to put it at the back of your mind. Okay, I have another one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
This is Dimeji Tijani from the Last Man Control.
Okay.
Just to give an addendum to what Last Man Monitor Wotola has said.
All right.
And also to give you a report of Third Mainland Bridge as well.
Okay, that will be fine.
Yeah. So movement, like he has said, from Kara through to the beggar,
Okay.
that is inbound Lagos.
Yeah.
It's good to go moving through Ojodibega.
Okay.
Say at 7 up,
Okay.
all the way down to Chinatown.
Okay.
It is from Chinatown that the motorists will begin to experience slow vehicular movement,
All right.
moving through Estate Alapere, all the way down to Ogudu.
Okay.
Because of this slow movement, is motorists pulling out of inner Ogudu, connecting Lagos to Ibadan Expressway.
Okay.
So the Y junction is where the slow movement is from, but plugging back all the way down to Chinatown.
Okay.
Onward movement from Ogudu, moving through Ifako, all the way down to Yanowo is good to go.
Okay.
Ascending Third Mainland Bridge from Yanowo is also good to go at this time.
Okay, Third Mainland Bridge to Yanoworo.
Ascending Third Mainland Bridge from Yanowo.
Okay.
That
All right.
is for those who would
Yeah.
going inward the island
Yes.
part of Lagos.
Yeah.
So ascending Third Mainland Bridge from Yanowo,
Okay.
all the way down to Adekunle diversion point
Okay.
is good to go.
All right.
But motorists will be met with slowing down at the diversion point at Adekunle.
Okay.
Of course, as I expected, due to the
Yes.
diversion. And same thing can be said of Adeniji diversion point.
Okay.
Motorists will also be made to slow down due
Okay.
to diversion.
Yeah.
Onward movement from Adeniji diversion point connecting Olowu is
Okay.
good to go.
Okay.
There's nothing to worry about on that stretch.
Okay.
Olowu connecting Obalende and route Onekon is good to go.
Okay.
Olowu connecting Dolphin Estate onward Osborne Road is also very good to go.
Olowu to Dolphin is good.
Slowing down at Obadenka Oyekon Junction, that is on the Osborne Road stretch. It is due to alternation there.
I didn't get that, please. I didn't get that, please. I didn't get that. Olowu to Dolphin is good. Yes.
Olowu through Dolphin Estate Gate connecting Osborne Road is good to go.
Okay.
On that Osborne Road, motorists will be made to slow down slightly
Okay.
at Obayokon Avenue Junction.
Okay.
That is due to it's an alternation point.
All right.
So alternation will slow down motorists slightly, very slightly there.
Okay.
Departing that junction, connecting Afrediwani is good to go at this time.
Okay.
Afrediwani connecting Awolowo Road is appreciable.
Okay.
Motorists might experience slight slowing down, moving inward Afrediwani, Awolowo. But there's nothing much to worry about. It's just at AP bus stop.
Okay.
The remaining stretch of Awolowo Road is appreciable.
Okay.
Aside the alternation delay, nothing much to worry about.
All right.
After the one connecting Victoria Island axis to Falomo Bridge, connecting Akinadeshola is very much good to go.
Okay.
Akinadeshola by Odekun Junction is experiencing slight slowing down.
Akiande Shola to Odeku Junction. Okay.
Akinadeshola by Odekun Junction is experiencing slight slowing down.
All right.
So that's how movement is looking like, coming from Lagos to Ibadan Expressway and Third Mainland Bridge, connecting island part of Lagos. But before I let you go, on the return journey on Lagos to Ibadan Expressway, because as it is at this moment, on the return journey, Third Mainland Bridge is not accessible yet.
Yeah.
We will bring you update when it is accessible.
Oh, okay.
So on the return journey on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway,
Yeah.
moving from Iyanowo, moving to Ogudu to 7 Up is good to go. That is Iyanowo, moving to Ifako, Ogudu, Estate Alakwe, all the way down to 7 Up.
Okay.
Very much good to go at this time.
All right.
Moving from 7 Up, moving through emergency hospital U-turn, corner U-turn, onward movement to Secretariat is appreciable. But just before getting to Secretariat, are you there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Secretariat connecting Otedola Bridge is steady at this time.
Okay.
The Secretariat connecting Otedola Bridge. But like you receive from Awotola,
Yeah.
from Otedola Bridge, connecting Ojodibega is appreciable.
Yeah.
So that's how movement is looking like on the return journey.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Last man monitor Dimeji Tijani for that update. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, still on to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. The program is still Automedics, and we are still taking your car questions. We have Dr. Ben here. Yes, that was last man monitor Dimeji Tijani. Yes, giving us update for those on the stretch of Lagos Ibadan. The inbound journey from Kara to Gudu, all the way to Secretariat to 7 Up to Chinatown. Yes, it's good at the moment. So for those, for that caller, you need to put it at the back of your mind. It's slow at Chinatown to Estate, Alapere, all the way to Ogudu. Okay, motorists pulling out from Ogudu to Lagos. Yes, it's a bit slow there. Then we have backlog to Chinatown. Ogudu to Ifako, all the way to Iyanoworo is equally good. From Iyanoworo to the stretch of Third Mainland, all the way to Adekunle is equally okay, but you need to exercise a bit of patience when you get to Adekunle diversion, and also at the Adeniji diversion as well, because of high influx, it's a bit slow there. So Adeniji to Olowo is equally good. Olowo all the way to Obalende is good as well. Olowo to Dolphin is good. Osborne connecting Osborne to Obaoyekon is a bit slow due to alternation at that location. Then from Alfred Ruwani, we also have it go to Awolowo Road. The stretch of Awolowo is good aside alternations. Then we have it from Akiandeshala to Odeku is a bit slow. Return journey on the stretch of Lagos Ibadan is not accessible at this time, so you need to put it at the back of your mind. But from Iyanoworo all the way to Ogudu to 7 Up is good. 7 Up to Toll Gate to connect Corn Oil Secretariat is good as well. Secretariat to connect Otedola is steady. Otedola to Ogudu Baja on that stretch is appreciable, so you need to put it at the back of your mind. So it's still relatively fair on the stretch of Lagos Ibadan and all the way to the Third Mainland. Okay, so we still take your car questions here. We still have Dr. Ben here in the studio, and we still have Akam Perikwe here from Pojo. So it's still going to be taking your questions. Okay, I think we just pick a call. We have a caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yes. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please. This is Fumilade. I'm calling from Kenya.
Okay.
Please, my boss gave me this figure 301 to count of second.
Okay.
But there's this issue I'm having with. It's removing, emitting the smoke. So I took it to, not the blackish one.
It's emitting what? Sorry, I didn't hear you. It's emitting what?
Smoke, as in like
smoke.
Bluish,
Okay.
Yes.
Bluish smoke.
Yes, like maybe that. But some engineers said it's due to maybe ring and something.
Due to what?
He said maybe the piston ring.
Piston and rings. Okay.
Yes. So I took it to them, but then there are some. Even the technicians themselves were the ones advising me that I should still be using it like that because they can't really know how to do it. Maybe the timing, setting, and the rest of it. So I really don't know how to go about it. I can't really afford an overhaul. so I don't know.
Okay, thank you very much. You said it's a Peugeot 301. I believe it's a 1.6 liter engine. That's a 4-cylinder.
No, the 1.2 liter.
Oh, 1.2. That's a 3-plug.
Yes.
3-plug, 3-cylinder engine. Okay. What's the present kilometer?
67,000.
Okay. How long have you had the car?
Maybe it was bought by him in 2016, not 2017 or so.
Okay, so let's say that this car is close to 4 years, right? Okay, let me answer your question straight to the point. I believe you're listening to me now.
Sure.
Now, the car is 67,000 kilometers, and you said between 2017 and 2016. And that should be like a 4-year period. And maintenance schedules for these cars, at 40,000 kilometers, you are meant to change the plugs. At 80,000 kilometers, you're meant to change the plugs and the timing belt. Now, with the problem you're having, I don't really know the type of engine oil you are using. Very important. Now, Peugeot, of course, with all other manufacturers recommend fluids for each of their models. Now, for this particular model, the type of engine oil you need to use is Total Quartz 7000. No, Total Quartz 7000. That's a 15W40 or so.
1540, yeah.
15W40, yes. And that is the oil, and has a particular time for maintenance or for servicing of these vehicles. Peugeot prides it, giving 10,000 kilometers or 6 months, whichever one comes first. And of course, regular checks at your maintenance outlets like Automedics and also other of our dealers we have around. So what I'll probably send my number or give my number. Maybe I can, if it's permitted for me to read it out, but I can give my number, then you can give me a call. We can talk about it, then we'll know how we'll settle your problem for you. I think that's the best solution to this now.
I think it's a good one, so that since we are actually showcasing Peugeot and their product,
yes.
People who have complaints about their vehicles, we'll bring them up. And
Yes.
Since we're in partnership too,
Yes.
Technical information that you need. I'm also wondering, why would someone say that they can't overhaul the engine or they can't set the timing?
It's surprising because one of the things I get to hear from a lot of people around is Peugeot is difficult to maintain.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I won't.
And sometimes they said it's even expensive to get the parts. How true is that?
Not true. Not true.
Okay.
I think maybe because some people have just gotten used to the fact that Peugeot is no longer in existence. Let me use that word.
Okay.
But the truth is that Peugeot is still very much in existence, and we are still in the automobile industry.
Still in the market.
Yes, we are still in the market, and we are still doing well.
Thriving.
So, for that particular car, I use the same type of vehicle he just talked about, which is the 1.2 liter engine.
Okay.
That's the car I use, and it's really not giving. It has not given me one single problem.
I'm just thinking about the fuel economy about that.
Wonderfully.
1.2 liter.
Yes, and
three
I
cylinders.
can boast of it that I travel around the whole southwest region. I've gone to Kaduna like 2 times with that car.
By road?
By road.
Oh.
And I cover the whole southwest region. I travel around it, and presently the car is almost 100,000 kilometers.
Wow.
I've used it for
You have flogged it more than
I've
this.
flogged it. I've used it for like 5 years, almost going to 5 years now. I've not had a single problem. But when I talk, some people say because you're a Peugeot man. Well, it has to do
Following the rules.
It has to do with maintenance culture. There are schedules. If, for instance, you have to service your car at 10,000 kilometers, you have to do it. If you park your car for like 2 weeks, and your service was meant to be like 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
Even if you park your car for 2 months and you say, let me come and start it, it is normal that you have to
must carry out,
service.
But so a lot of people think that, okay, if I have issues with my car, I just park it for some time. It's like some magic takes place.
Really.
And the problem
That's a myth, it's true. Some people.
Very true. I've also gotten to say.
So maybe I should just allow the vehicle to rest. That's like we humans, sometimes they'll say your body needs rest.
The oil will just and you forget that this oil congeals at the end of the day.
Okay, all right. Let's quickly take this one. It says, good morning. I used Corolla 2006. Temperature gauge just rised above half, and the fan is working. What could have gone wrong?
Did you check the coolant? Because if you don't check the coolant fluid and then the fan is working, it means that the coolant that is inside the engine is not enough to pull out the heat from the engine. So the first thing to do is to check the coolant level. If the fan is working,
Okay.
then we check for some other reasons why that is happening, because there could be a leak somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you have a coolant shortage. So allow the engine cool down and then check the coolant level and then see what happens next. If it continues, then you might need to take it to a workshop whereby a coolant pressure test will be carried out to determine the state of the cooling system.
Okay.
Because it could have internal leak or external leak.
All right. It says, this one says, I drive a Corolla 2010. My temperature goes high. Not your temperature, the car temperature. It goes high once I'm stuck in traffic with the AC on. It goes down once the AC is put off. My mechanic checked everything. He now said I should change the radiator. How true is this?
Well, I cannot really tell because the mechanic actually checked. But the first thing I'm going to tell you is simple.
Okay.
It only happens when you put on the air conditioner.
Yeah.
So whatever happens there, it depends on, it has to do with the air conditioning system. Number one, if the AC condenser fan is not working, the moment you put on the AC system generates temperature through the condenser.
Okay.
And that heat will be transferred to the radiator and can spike up the engine temperature. So look for the fan. When you put on the AC, the two fans should come on. If only one comes on, then it tells you there's a problem. One of it has got a problem. And if you are stuck in traffic, definitely the temperature will go high. But the moment you start moving, you have ram air hitting the radiator, hitting the AC condenser, and it cools. It only happens only when you're in traffic. Then you need to look at and also looking at the AC condenser fins. It could have some dirt, or maybe insect that has clogged the passageway.
Okay.
And that can also, stop air from, the condenser from being cooled and in turn to the radiator, and that can also make the temperature go high.
All right. Yes, this question is for Mr. Akam Ekpewipe. He said, why is it that we hardly get details from scan codes on Pojo? Because whenever I run the scan with my professional tool, I hardly pull codes except I scan via OBD. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
This is a very.
That guy is. That's correct.
That guy is.
Correct, right?
Yeah, that guy is.
It must be a DIY.
That guy is very correct,
Okay.
because one of the things about French vehicles, it has been something that has been of debate that Peugeot, we tend to code all our everything concerning us technically.
It's shielded.
Which, in fact, it is the.
You use coding.
It is. That's why we call it coding because it's been like that for a very long period of time now.
Okay.
But with the OBD, of course, which is the generic scan tool, you always get the fault codes.
Okay.
Yes, and you'll get one or two things on Peugeot forums, complaints from people, and you'll be able to find out one or two things. But of recent, we're trying to make everything a little bit flexible now, so that people will be able to access some of these Peugeot issues.
Yeah.
And with our partnership with Automedics, we've already given them an automobile diagnostic machine, which they got from us. So you can always go there to check your vehicles.
All right.
Peugeot users.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is where we're going to draw the curtains today. Thank you so much for adding your voice. Thank you, Akam Ekpewipe, yes, the Regional Technical Support Officer, Southwest Pan Nigeria Limited. We also want to appreciate our Dr. Ben, for giving us solutions to our car troubles. Thank you so much for your time today. I also want to appreciate the social media guys. Thank you, Philip, Kadema Fulashere, and Mubo Salaka Sali. A big thank you to Hotel Victor and Tayo Akonle, the executive producer of Lagos Traffic Radio. My name is Adironke Irewole. We'll join you again tomorrow for another time on Automedics. Until then, have a blessed day. Bye for now.